Okay, so in this question, I'll be solving list comprehension in this video. So let's go through the question. Let's learn about list comprehensions. Comprehensions means understanding something. Okay, so we are understanding list here. So we have to make list only. So you are given three integers x, y, z, and they are representing the dimensions of a cuboid along with the n integer n. So four inputs are there, x, y, z and n. Then we have to print a list where all the possible coordinates given I, j, k on 3D grid where the sum of I, j, k is not equal to n. Okay, and I, j and k carries the value between 0 and x, 0 and y and 0 and z. Okay, so first of all we have to find all the possible combinations of x, y, z, okay, in 3D, and then we have to figure out which one is having I plus j plus k not equal to n. Okay, and we have to remember I, j, k has to be between 0 and k. And it is given that list comprehensions we have to use rather than multiple loops. So first I will do it with loops, then I will use list comprehension so that you will get a clear distinction between both of them. So here you can see as an example it is given 1, 2, 3 are x, y, z value and n equal to 3 is given. These are four inputs. Now first we will calculate all the permutations of x, y, z. So here you can see 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. First we kept the actually values can be taken between values will be only integers. Okay, and it will be taken x or less than x. So here x is 1, so 0 and 1 can only be possible values of x. Then y also can have 0 and 1. Then z will have 0, 1 and 2. So less than or equal to, starting from 0. So those values, so for all the possible values we have to pick or make all the pairs. So first what I did is kept x equal to 0, kept y is equal to 0 and then z equal to 0, 1, 2. So these three elements we got by keeping x and y fixed at 0, 0. Then we kept x equal to 0 and then y equal to 1 and z is equal to 1, 2, 3. So these three elements you will get. You can see x is remain at 0, y will be 1 and 1, 0, 1, 2 are the values of z. You see how the pairing is happening. Then in the third case, now x and y and z are all covered with x equal to 0. So now x will convert to 1 and all the same combinations will apply here as well. So 6 was here, 6 will be next. So total 12 combinations will be there. This is something called making list all possible combinations we are having, which is given here in this statement. Now in the next list you can see you have to print an array of elements. These are elements, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, total 12 elements are there, and inside each element you have three coordinates you can think of. Then after making all the possible combinations, you have to take out those elements whose sum is not equal to 3. Okay, means I, j, k's sum is not equal to 3. So here you can see this is the list. Here all the elements are having I plus j plus k not equal to 3. You can see this guy 1, 1, 1 is having I plus j plus k, that is 1 plus 1 plus 1 equal to 3. So this is not in this list. Okay, it is not satisfying this condition. This element, last second element. Similarly, last fourth element, this guy if you will see, and the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth element if you will see, first sixth element, this guy 2 plus 1 plus 0 is 3. That's why this is not in this final list. Similarly, this guy is not in final list, this guy is not in final list. So we have to print this last one. We don't have to print this guy, the all possible combination guy. Okay, so for example here you can see x, y, z, n are given input as separate lines, then you have to print the list, this guy, this big list in lexicographic increasing order, that same as what it is given here. And as an example, you can see 111 and n value of n is 2, so output is directly you are getting this. So it is like this list, okay, final list here, final list. So it is not publishing the full, not printing the full list. So that is one thing we have to take care. And explanation is given that x, y, z will have 0, 1, all possible combinations will be. So here you can see x value can be 0, 1, y value can be 0, 1, z value can be 0, 1. So all the pairs if you will make, so it's like a digital circuit only, 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1, okay, if you are aware of. So n equal to 2 it has taken and then calculated these final list. Similarly you can do the with this example as well. Here x value will be 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, and you have to check whether ijk is not equal to 2. Here ijk should not be equal to 2. So that's the question. So first I'll do it with for loop. So here you can see we are getting raw inputs x, y, z and n. So what I'll do is first I'll create a list of x, y, z. Okay, so for that I am using for loop. So what should I write? List forming I'll write. Okay, comment list for forming. So what I'll do is I'll make arrays, array 1, then array 2, where I'll store x, y and z lists. Okay, array 3. Okay, now I'll use for loop for I in range 0 to x. I could have taken x, but range goes from 0 to x minus 1, that's why plus 1 I have to do. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll append the values of I. So it is like I will take values from 0 to x plus x, 0 to x. If x value will be 2, I value will take 0, 1 and 2. Okay, and it will append to our array 1, and this is what our array 1 will have. So array 1 will be having all possible values of x, 0, 1, 2, less than and equal to. Similarly we have to do this with array 2. So here I will take y, I say j, array 2 j, and the same thing I will do for z. So k I will take array 3, and then here z, and here k. Okay, and I will print just to show you what I have done. Print arr1. Okay, control C, control V, arr3, arr2. Okay, so you will get a feel what I have done. So you can see here x value was 1, y value was 1, z value was 1, n is 2. So here you can see what I am getting is array 1 is 0, 1. So all the possible values of x for list comprehension we have to make, right? Similarly for y and similarly for z. This is not list comprehension. I have not made any list till now. I've just took all possible values of x, y and z and I put in an array. Now once I have the array, I have to form the list. List comprehension I'm writing. So for this I'll use for loop, 3 for loops. So for p, let's say in array 1, then for q in array 2 for PQR, let's say R in array 3. Okay, and what it will do is I'll make a new list here, new list equal to this, and I'll store everything in new list. I'll append all the values of PQR, bracket P comma Q comma R. Okay, and I'll just to show you guys, I'll print what? New list. Okay, so what I've done is 3 for loops. So first it will take the value of P inside array 1. So array 1 is having 0 1, array 2 is having 0 1, array 3 is having 0 1. Okay, so first it will take P value is equal to 0, here 0, then 0, and it will append to our new list, that is PQR value. So 0 0 0 will get appended, then 0 0 1, 0 0 1 will get appended, then it will come to Q will be converted into 1, so 0 1 0, then 0 1 1. Okay, then this guy will become 1 0 0 0. Okay, that's how it is working. For loop you might be knowing how it works. And finally, getting out of the for loop, you will have a new list which will have all the possible combinations of your array 1, array 2 and array 3. Let's see. So here you can see 0 1 0 1 0 1, and then you can see that the combinations, first 0 0 0, this element, this is your first element, 0 0 0, then 0 0 1. For loop, imagine for loop. Okay, 3 for loops, how it is working, 0 0 1, then 0 1 0, this guy, 0 1 1, this guy, then x will change to 1, 0 0 1 0 0, 1 0 1, then 1 0 1, 1 1 0, 1 1 1. Okay, so all the possible combinations. This is our main list. This is the main logic we had to build. Now what we have to do, the final thing is to use the value of n. So I'll use hashtag using value of n. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll again use a final list. Let's say I'll take out the required ones, final list equal to this, then I'll use the for loop to check which one is having. So here also I'll use r s t, let's say, in new list. So we have to check the values of new list, and if we will find what r plus s plus t not equal to n, then we have to take it into account. Okay, so we will put in final list dot append, and we will put r comma s comma t. Okay, so I hope it is clear. For loop, this guy will take all the possible coordinates. This rst is this, rst is this. It will take all 3 values together. It will do the sum of them, rst. It will check whether it is equal to or not equal to n. If it is not equal to n, it will take the value of rst, make a element and append it to final list. Next for loop will have this value. Next value will be this guy. Okay, it will 0 0 1. It will check for this condition. If it will match, it will append it, and finally you will have what is required. Print what? Final list. Okay, let's run it. So you can see here all the outputs are here. So from x we got 0 1, from y we got 0 1, from z we got 0 1. Then we made a full combinations, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 elements are there, and then from there we got 5 extracted 5 elements which are following the condition. See, each of the elements are not equal to, some of the elements are not equal to n. N is what? Here 2. So the 2, which guy is giving? This guy is giving. So this is not in the final list. And then which one is giving? This guy is giving. See, this guy is giving, and then this guy is giving. So these 3 are omitted, and rest of the 5s are taken here. Now the output has square bracket. Okay, so we'll change that, and this has to be square, so I'll do square. Output is required in square. Let's run it. So sample test is failed. Okay, the final output only we want. So I'll comment these guys, this guy, because we don't need now. This is what we don't need. What else we don't need? This we don't need. Okay, so only final list we want in the expected output. We don't want other outputs. So let's run it. Okay, so sample case is pass. 1 2 both are pass. So you can see here in the sample case 1 and 0, both you can see here the possible combination will be 0 1 2, 0 1 2. Let me show you. Okay, so that you will get full feel. Okay, test case first. So test case first, you can see output. So from x we are getting 0 1 2 because the x value was 2. Similarly for y, for z, and see all the possible combinations from 0 0 0 to 2 2 2. Okay, and from these full list we have extracted those whose I plus j plus k is not equal to 2. Okay, here you can see any one of them, this guy, this guy, this guy. So it has omitted. Just to show you guys, I have done that. Let's comment it back. Okay, comment it back. Comment. This is what we want. So sample cases is passed. Let's submit the code. Okay, so all the test cases are passed, and congratulations. Okay, so this is the question, but what we have done is we have used for loops. Now this is not loop list comprehension. List comprehension will I will tell you now. Okay, so we have implemented with multiple loops, so we don't have to use multiple loops, we have to use list comprehension. What list comprehension means is it is the same thing, implementing same thing, just a way of writing is different. It's more concise, I would say. Okay, so let's use it. So this is our main code where we are doing it. These are just small the main logic is here actually, where you are generating the list full combinations. So here you can see you are using 3 for loops. Now the same thing, this guy, same thing, if you have to implement by list comprehension, then what you will do is same thing I will write in this way. Okay, just see p comma q comma r. Okay, inside the square bracket where I am defining new list, p q comma r, same thing I'll write. Control C, v v v. Okay, here you can see space p, then q and r. Array 3, there is no semicolon required in the last. Okay, and whatever this guy is doing, these guys 3 4 lines, same thing will be implemented by this single line. That's list comprehension. So I can remove this, multiple loops I am not using, and you can see it's more concise. In one line I am performing the same operation what I have been performing the they are in 3 lines. Okay, so you can see first it will go to for loop P, then inside that it will go to Q, then inside that it will go to R, and it will take the value of PQR, put it in a bracket, and that will be your first element of new list. Next it will keep the value of P and Q same. Next value of R it will take, combine P, Q, R with this bracket, and next second value of new list it will become. Okay, so let's do this. I'll print so that you can see. Okay, so you can see here that it is generating the same output. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 was there, and finally we are getting 5. Now this kind of technique you can apply here as well. Okay, so final list is this. So what I am taking is RST. Here I am taking in square bracket, I am taking R comma S comma T, and then I am writing a for loop. This guy I am writing for loop, and then there is a if condition, and then we are finally appending it. If condition, there is no semicolon required, so whatever this is doing, whatever this 3 lines of code is doing, you will do it in single line. See, okay, same process. It's just I have changed this to square bracket because I want output in terms of square brackets. Here you can see, okay, square brackets, and for loop is going and in the next line I can also test my if condition without semicolon. So I can remove everything, and now I have more clean code. Okay, and just to give you the output, I'll do hash, so same output we will get. Okay, test cases are passed. Whenever I'll submit, no issues. You can see much more faster than 3 loops what we were using. So it is concise and crisp, you can say. Now again, there is another thing we can do. Same thing we can apply here as well, right? Array 1, array 2 and array 3. So I'll take it for, here I'll write, and I'll write I. Okay, similarly this guy I can take, I'll write J, and similarly last guy can take K, like this. So all this code, whatever it is doing, will be done by these 3. Okay, much more concise. So I can remove these guys. So all the outputs are same. It is just I'm writing it in more concise way. See, even this guy is also I can remove because you know the output. This guy also I can remove, and you will have much cleaner code. Okay, so instead of using multiple for loops, you can use a shortcut like this. It's sort of a shortcut or good way of writing it, you can see. And these small lines of codes are now much more concise and will give the same output what we were getting before. Okay, so let's run it. So same output we are getting, and test cases are passed, you can see. Okay, so this is called list comprehension, the way we have defined list. Okay, so here, then here, so full we have used, so instead of multiple loops we are using list comprehension. So this is a skill or technique, you can say, whenever you will see a for loop, you can use in this fashion. So it will give you much more, means like give you a feel of experienced programmer type of. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next challenge.